you into the Pride pregame show, getting set for Greensboro College and St. Mary's College of Maryland here tonight from Haynes Gym. Kendrick Fruit, Stephen Whitenhouse here. And Stephen, season opener on Saturday, a thrilling overtime game. Unfortunately, the ball doesn't bounce Greensboro's way at the end, but just an incredibly exciting game, and I think we saw a lot of glimpses of how good this team could be this year.
Yeah, I think we saw a lot of exciting basketball. It was kind of what we talked about in the pregame before that game was it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be mistakes that happen, but you also saw a lot of potential and a lot of talent on the floor. So, like we talked about before, I think there's going to be more balance to this offense. They're going to be able to score. They've got long players that will be able to play strong defense, guys that can kind of match up with multiple different players. So I think, again, after the first game, can't make a judgment, on the season, but I think you just see a lot of potential excitement that's going to happen this year.
Well, I think, too, you think about the way that both the second half and overtime end. In the second half, you've got a short jumper that doesn't go your way, that almost prevents overtime, and then you've got a wide open look for a three in overtime that could have tied it and forced a second overtime. So, you look at the way that those halves end up, they're giving themselves opportunities.
Sure, and then the other thing is, too, is Heidelberg's a pretty strong team. They weren't any kind of pushover either, so first game, didn't get an exhibition or anything like that to come out and play, especially in that second half. They played strong. And like you said, they were that close to winning the game in regulation and then tying it in overtime. So if, Jalen's shot is just an inch or two, further, the game's over and Greensboro wins. And then Will Gray, again, kind of an off balance but open 3-point shot in overtime. But, again, there's a lot of positives. Of course, you end up losing the game. But outside of that, there's really no negatives. They made adjustments. They had a big comeback in the second half. They stayed together, had a lot of energy. So a lot of good things from that game.
We'll kind of split this up into newcomers versus returners. First off, the newcomers made a big splash on Saturday. A triple-double for Will Gray, which is the first that any Greensboro player has had since 2009. He does it in his first game. And then, of course, Nige Stroman with 24 points and 14 rebounds. Both of those categories lead Greensboro. And then Jalen Thorns had some big moments as well. Just a lot of newcomers came in and made their presence felt early.
Yeah, we talked about it in the pregame. Those three guys in particular, Davidson, Davey, community college kids, they are very talented. They had a good year last year. So they've already played together, just not here until the other day. But they already have chemistry. And so when you put those guys along with, the guys that are already here and some of the other new guys, I thought that, we got excellent minutes out of a lot of players. You talk about Nige, what a huge game, especially second half. Will Gray, first game is a triple-double. You don't see that often. And again, like you said, Jalen Thorns showed a lot of potential, super athletic. He's going to get off a lot of shots, had some big rebounds and putbacks. So, there's a lot of excitement, I think, right now with those three.
Then you look at some of the returners and what they did on Saturday. Slow start for DJ Jackson, but he comes on in the second half, ends up having a decent day. Of course, you know what you're going to get from Jeremiah Howard. He had 3 blocks on Saturday. Ryan Roberts, a couple of tough rebounds. And, of course, Griffin Powell shooting the threes, has not gotten them to fall yet this year. But I think we kind of saw what we expected to see from that group as far as what their style is going to be, how they fit into this new offense, and I think they're going to end up being big pieces this year as well. And the interesting thing to note about that, we didn't even see Zephaniah Jones on the floor. We talked about how maybe he would be a big piece, maybe a rotating time in the middle with Jeremiah Howard, but he didn't play at all, so you add him to the mix eventually as well, and I think it's a good rotation.
Well, and you saw Quan Bowling play a little bit down there, came in a little bit for Jeremiah. And, of course, you saw Ryan Roberts play a lot of minutes down the stretch. So there's a lot of depth, on the front court. But, man, I think, you mentioned it. I think you kind of already see what the potential can be with how Will Gray and Thorns, at the guard position, you've got Nige can play in and out. And then you have those other role players that will come in. And you talk about Griffin Powell. That pressure from last year is off. I mean, you have Will Gray, Stroman, Thorns, all these guys, DJ Jackson, that, you can't focus on somebody like Griffin. Like, he's going to be similar to what he was a couple of years ago, where he's going to not have the focus on him. He's going to have open looks for threes. And if he knocks them down, I don't know how you stop this offense.
Absolutely. And, obviously you look at today, it's a quick turnaround between Saturday and today. What are some things you're looking at for this team to have improved on in the last 48 hours?
One thing is, it is a quick turnaround early in the year, so I think you're looking maybe at fatigue. Now, granted, St. Mary's also played a couple days ago, so it's kind of even in that category. So coming into the second half, you kind of see, okay, who's got a little more stamina, who's going to show that depth, because you're going to have fresh legs late in the game. But I think for Greensboro, I think you just want to build off that second half. I mean, again, first game jitters, right? You saw some good things, but then things weren't exactly great in that first half. But man, they came out in the second half and they played well. They played together. The ball was distributed well. They rebounded really well. So hopefully, we see more of the same of that second half here in a full game today against St. Mary's. Certainly be able to rebound the ball well. Hopefully Jeremiah Howard is well, and he'll be down there along with Nigel Stroman and those big guys down there, Ryan Roberts. The front court's pretty loaded. So, I think just more of the same, but also, like I said, who doesn't fatigue in that second half, because it's early in the year. You just played, 48 hours ago. So we'll kind of see what happens those last 10 minutes or so.
Well, if you missed it on Friday, or on Saturday, rather, we've got a full highlight recap of the excitement that was the overtime loss in Saturday's season opener. We'll hear from Coach McDuffie, and we'll get this one started. It's St. Mary's College of Maryland, it's Greensboro, and it's coming up on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
One guy we saw last year, Jeremiah Howard, puts the ball in the air, and Greensboro immediately on the run, and 2 quick points for the Pride. Nigel Stroman, welcome to Greensboro. Stroman fakes the handoff, pulls back for a 3. Stroman, swish. Fought for a couple players to the ground, Killens and Gray. Here comes Vasquez in the lane. Oh, fancy layup and good. We'll see what happens. Here comes another deep 3, drained again by Killens. Killens, after missing his first 3 3-pointers, connects on number 4. He's got 9 points. It's 26-14. It's no good. Tries to reverse it in there. And here comes Heidelberg running again. Johnson Nichols with it. Left-hand side of the lane. Contested layup. That's good. 32-14. Into the corner, now up top to Gainey. Gainey spin move on Powell. Long arms from Gainey. Able to get around the reach of Griffin Powell. 36-17, under 5 to go. Over to Vasquez. Open 3 for Vasquez. Drain. 39-19. 3:50 to go. Now to Gray. Gray pulls up from 3. Drains it. 39-24. Give it to him. Pride coming up the other way now to Jackson. Jackson driving baseline. Goes up with the shot. That one rolls around and in. Jackson to Thorns. Thorns picks up the dribble, throws this one down to Howard. Howard getting around a defender and laying it in. That's one of the big things when you have height down low. You can just lob it up to Howard and let him do the rest. Greensboro has cut it to 12. Second free throw from Gray, bouncing off the back of the iron. He follows it up, gets his own miss, puts it back in with the right hand. Powell for 3, that's no good. Rebound fought for. Soaring for it is Gray, down low to Thorns. Thorns waits patiently, spin move, put it in. Spin move here, Johnson Nichols. Jeremiah Howard says no. Tipped by Gray out to Stroman. Stroman splitting the lane, lays it in easily. 54-48, Greensboro has cut it to 6. Here comes Heidelberg racing the other way, tries to work on Roberts. Off balance shot, good and 1. Gray into the front court. Quick pass, Stroman, layup, 2-point game. Powell bluffs the 3, now kicks it into the corner. Gray 3-ball, give it to him. Will Gray makes it a 1-point game. Bounce pass, top of the key. Stroman, Greensboro leads 61-60. Now gives it back to Bosma. Back up top now, Vasquez. Vasquez getting right around Stroman, lays it in. Heidelberg regains the lead with 80 seconds left. Roberts with it, hands it off to Gray. Gray bounce pass down low to Stroman. Stroman goes up strong. Greensboro with the lead. As the mark puts it up and misses the second. Rebound by Stroman. Greensboro with it, 6 seconds left. Stroman crossing the timeline, sends it across to Thorns. Thorns driving, 1 second, goes up with it. Oh, it's off the front of the rim. We have overtime on opening day. Gossam tips it to Vasquez. Vasquez trying to work on Gray, and that one's good. A quick basket for Vasquez. He's got 25. Killens, nice pass to Bosma. Bosma snuck in behind Stroman. He's got 75 here from Haynes Gym. Jackson Oh, behind the back dribble, trying to work left-hand side of the lane. Picks up his own miss, goes back up with it. 1 point game again, 75-74. 38 seconds remain. Vasquez. Shot clock down to 5. Vasquez wanting to take a three, now driving in. Puts up a contested look, shot's good. 3 point game, 8.6 to go. Here comes Gray. Can Greensboro force another overtime? Gray driving, now kicks out. Wide open, 3-ball, Gray. That's off the side of the iron, no good. Rebound taken by Killens, and that'll do it. Heidelberg wins an overtime thriller, 77-74 the final.
Pride pregame show continuing. We just showed you the highlights and the recap from Saturday's season opening loss, 77-74 in overtime. I'm joined now by head coach Michael McDuffie. Coach, one thing we talked about in the pregame show the last time was the fact that was your first bit of game action. And so obviously some good and some bad there. Tell us a little bit about what you saw.
Learned a lot in our first outing. Obviously the guys were kind of chomping at the bit to kind of see somebody else. Wasn't the best start, but with games like that, you learn a lot. But I was proud of the way we came out in the second half. We were resilient. We battled. We gave ourselves a shot, and that's all I can ask for. But we have something to go off of, some things to improve on, which I think we will. And hopefully we have a good showing tonight. So
newcomers came out and made a huge opening statement, a triple-double for Will Gray, the first since 2009, and Nige Stroman, 24 points, 14 boards. You can go down the list of everybody that contributed. Just tell me a little bit about kind of what you saw from the new guys.
Yeah, those guys, they've been through the trenches. They've been in wars, experienced guys. So I think that'll bode well for not only for us, but for other guys in the program as well. Will did an excellent job of putting pressure to defenses, and I was pleased with the way he rebounded from the point guard slot. And Najee, he was fantastic on the glass. Wasn't 100%, but still gave us everything. And then Jalen, he kind of picked it up in the second half after having a slow start. So looking for those guys to kind of be catalysts for us all season, and they did just that in our first outing. So
obviously, you don't necessarily want every game to come down to the last possession, but did you like the looks you guys got at the end of the second half and in that open three in overtime?
I did. Jalen's look at the end, I kind of feel like when he got the rebound, he kind of hesitated a bit. I didn't want to call timeout because I didn't want them to play against a set defense. Got a good look. That was a shot he hit earlier on in the game, and then Will in overtime, excellent look from three, just didn't knock it down. So we had our chances. Like I said, hopefully we kind of turn things around today. So
defensively, what kind of things did you see on Saturday that you want to see improved on today?
I thought we got stretched out a little bit in the first half. Second half, we kind of kept things compact. I thought we did a better job guarding ball screens and just being locked in. I thought we got tired at certain points in the game. Then kind of gave up some buckets here and there, but it's positional things that we got to improve on. Once we do that, tighten those things up, I like our group. So,
what should we see and expect from St. Mary's tonight?
Very good team. They're pressured for 40 minutes, running jump trap. The biggest thing for us is we got to take care of the basketball first and foremost. Meet passes, short, crisp passes, and then attack once we break the press. But then outside of that, we got to execute and look to take good shots.
And we welcome you inside Haynes Gym here on the campus of Greensboro College as we get you set for Greensboro College basketball. Hello, everyone. Kendrick Fruits here with you as we get set for Greensboro and St. Mary's College of Maryland. Let's take a look at today's starting lineups. First off, for the visiting Seahawks today, their lineup: Evan Quintero, the first-year forward; Corey Blair, the first-year guard; James Lerner, the junior guard; Jake Coverman, the senior forward; and James Cremaldo, the senior forward as well. Take a look at the Greensboro starting lineup. It's going to be Jalen Thorns, Jeremiah Howard, DJ Jackson getting the start today, Will Gray, and Nige Stroman. Greensboro in the all-white and the all, what do we call it, burnt yellow or old gold, if you will, for St. Mary's College of Maryland. Will Gray driving right-hand side of the lane, turnaround, shot no good, offensive board. Jeremiah Howard puts it in, and for the second game in a row, Greensboro will draw first blood. James Lerner dribbling with the left hand. Gives this one off. Now into the corner. 3 ball there from Coverman. That's off of the backboard and out of bounds. So an early 2-0 advantage to Greensboro. Lost a heartbreaker on Saturday, 77-74 in overtime against Heidelberg. Here's DJ Jackson. Good feed to Howard for the jam. 4 points, Jeremiah Howard with a little extra on that one. St. Mary's College of Maryland, the Seahawks coming off of a victory in their season opener against Averett. So 1-0 St. Mary's, 0-1 Greensboro, but it's 4-0 Pride in the early going. That pass intercepted by Nige Stroman. Stroman into the front court. Over to Gray up top, now to Jackson, steps inside the arc. Nice pass, Howard, another! Jeremiah Howard taking control in the early going. And a foul on top of that by Grimaldo. So Howard with a chance for the 3-point play. Well, you saw glimpses of Jeremiah last year and certainly thought that, this is the way that this young man could just take over the game, and he's doing just that. Free throw no good. Rebound tipped by Stroman. Howard comes down with it. Gives it out to Jackson. Jackson trying to drive. There's a whistle. And a foul on the floor. That's going to be on Evan Quintero. The team foul number 2. And substitutions already coming for St. Mary's here. Chico Bangura has checked in. J.D. Salo has checked in as well. Hobbs Field as well. Here's Gray. Gray driving left-hand side. That's rejected out of bounds. Jake Coverman on the block. Greensboro will throw it in far sideline. (6-0) Pride, 18:15 to go in the first. Gray looking to throw in, finds Stroman. Stroman tees up from the left wing, shot's no good. Tipped back out to Howard, into the corner. Now driving the baseline, reverse layup, no good from Thorns, taken by Coverman, and St. Mary's running the other way. Here comes Bangura, now back up top to Coverman. Quick hands from Thorns, not quick enough, can't force the turnover. Kicks this one out now to Hyde. Hyde throws it back up top, 3-ball, swish. That's James Grimaldo putting St. Mary's on the board. 6-3. Thorns turns it over. Racing now is Coverman, left-hand side, and he'll put it up no good, and a foul on Thorns. Jalen a little too cute on that rebound, or that dribbling right in front of the Greensboro bench, and Coverman able to force the turnover and get to the lane, and subsequently to the line. Leading returning scorer for the Seahawks, 12.8 points per game last year. James Grimaldo led the way with 23 points against Averett. As a team in the season opener, as that first free throw was made, 70% from the charity stripe. Coverman was 2 of 4, but he's 2 for 2 here. And the Seahawks have cut Greensboro's lead down to a single point. 17:36 to go first half. Full court pressure applied here by the Seahawks. Thorns throws it in to Gray. The return pass turned over. That one high off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound taken. That shot missed. And now Thorns trying to look for Gray. That's going to be turned over. No, Gray's going to come down with the loose ball to Howard. Howard under the basket. Reverse layup, good. Greensboro lead back up to 3. Jeremiah Howard. Give him 8 points today. Coach McDuffie saying, all right, guys, let's settle down. A little sloppy for Greensboro. Griffin Powell's going to check in here for Thorns. Kai Hyde crossing the timeline, throws it across to Bangura. now back up top. Left wing Coverman back up top again to Hyde. To Bangura. Pass down low. Salo trying to work on Howard. Lost the handle of it. Gray takes it away. Howard saves it. On the baseline, gives it to Jackson. Greensboro forcing the turnover. The Pride back on the offensive end. Jackson drives left side of the lane and lays it in with the right hand, 10-5. 16:35 to go first half. Greensboro, much better offensive start than what we saw on Saturday. Coverman, foot on the line, pulls up. That one no good off the side of the iron. Goes to Powell, up ahead to Stroman. Stroman, right hand. There's a foul. Right hand side of the lane, I should say. Went up with the left hand. Picking up the foul is Coverman. Coverman with his first personal, team foul number 3. 16:15 to go, so approaching our first media timeout of the game. Nige Stroman eyes the mark. First free throw is good. There was one area in Greensboro's game where perhaps they left a little bit on the court. Stroman did not attempt a free throw. Greensboro was 10 of 15, but it took a late rally in that category to get it back up to respectability. Spent a lot of the day sitting around 50%. Second free throw good, so 2 for 2 for Stroman, and it's 12-5. Hyde working on Gray as he crosses the timeline, uses a pick. Crimaldo kicks it out into the corner to Bangura. Bangura has it stolen by Jackson. Jackson now trying to break out of a double team, finds Stroman on the far boundary. Stroman driving middle of the lane, takes it himself, too strong. Rebound goes to the corner, it's Gray. Up top to Jackson. Thought about a three, pass it up, throws it down low to Howard, goes up to get it. Now trying to find an open look. Fighting through contact, shot no good, there's no foul. And the rebound taken the other way by Quintero. Now running is Noah Brazil. Brazil into the corner. That's Crimaldo trying to work the baseline, kicks it out to Brazil. Thought about a three, gets Stroman up in the air, lets it go. That's going to miss to the right side of the iron. And now Gray coming down with the rebound. Greensboro running. Gray to Stroman. Stroman will hold. Back up top to Jackson. Gray calling the shots up on the time, or up at the logo. Bounce pass left wing Jackson. Up top again Stroman. Right wing now to Powell. Powell bounce pass down low. Stroman. Stroman spins around, shot no good. Rebound taken by Brazil, now running. Bangura with it, kicks it up into the left corner, or the left wing rather, to Hyde. And that pass inside, there's a foul. It's going to be on, I think, Howard. Yeah, foul on Jeremiah Howard. And that takes us to our first media timeout of the game. 14:58 to go. Greensboro leads it 12-5 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. $14:58 to go, 12-5 in favor of Greensboro. Taking a look at some of the early numbers, the Pride shooting 41.7% from the floor. That's 5 out of 12. St. Mary's College of Maryland, 1 of 5. That's 20%. The Pride have missed on their only three-point attempt. St. Mary's 1 of 3. Greensboro already with a big rebounding margin of 9-3, but 5 combined turnovers in the first 5 minutes of play. Jeremiah Howard leading all scorers with 8 points. Next closest is Crimaldo, who has 3. Long feed out to the top. It's Blair. Blair trying to work on Gray. With the right hand, now trying to drive. Kicks this one out into the right wing. Now it's Brazil. Brazil's shot just off the right side of the iron. Rebound taken by Greensboro. Ryan Roberts is checked in for the Pride. Stroman trying to work baseline. He's picked up his dribble, needs help. Finds Powell wide open, left wing three. Swish, give it to him. Griffin Powell hits on his first three-point make of 2025, and Greensboro's lead is 10. Bounce pass in the middle, Grimaldo. Grimaldo trying to deal a double team there. Layup over Roberts, no good. Gray comes down with the board. And there's a foul there. Gray is bothered by, I believe they're going to get James Lerner on the foul. They will. Lerner's going to pick up the foul. 14-13 to go. Pride lead is 10. That will already be foul number 4 for St. Mary's here in the first half. Roberts to inbound. Again, full court pressure. Coach McDuffie said, hey, that's going to be a thing today. Jackson trying to break the press. Back out to Roberts, now to Gray, now to Powell. Back to Gray, who was not ready for that fastball. Griffin Powell taps his chest and says, hey, my bad. I like the idea of the give and go there, but I think Gray was expecting the changeup and got the fastball. 14 minutes to go first half. Greensboro lead is 10. Tristan Thompson sends this one out to Lerner. Now to Brazil. Brazil right-hand side. Off-balance shot. There's a foul that's going to be called on Roberts. Ryan Roberts will pick up his first personal team foul, number 3. And 2 shots coming for Brazil. Brazil against Averett. Played 12 minutes, had 3 points, including 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. First free throw for Brazil is good. And Thorns will check in for Jackson for the Pride. 16-5. Check that, 15-6. Second free throw for Brazil is good. 15-7. 13:51 to play. And again, the full court press coming for the Seahawks. Running the baseline is Stroman. He finds Roberts. Back to Stroman. Still stuck in the corner. Fires this one to Thorns. Triple team. Now to Stroman. Greensboro finally crosses the timeline. Kicks it out into the corner to Powell. Now to Gray. Gray thought about the three. Tries the dunk. Is fouled. He came up short, too. The dunk was not going to make it. He hit off of the front of the rim, but bailed out with the foul. It's going to be called on Quintero, and that will be his second. So already Quintero and Grimaldo with 2 fouls each for St. Mary's. Will Gray eyes the mark. First free throw rolls around the back and no good. In his Greensboro debut on Saturday, the first player for the program since 2009 to record a triple-double, and like we said, did it in his first game with Greensboro, no less. Second free throw for Gray coming, looking for his first point today, and there it is, 16-7. Now the Pride applying a little bit of a press. Pass intended for Coverman, wasn't looking for it. Up to Thorns, layup no good. Had an easy look at it and couldn't get it to fall. Thompson up ahead to Lerner. Lerner in traffic, has that taken away by Roberts. He wants to run. Out to Stroman now. Stroman working the sideline. Contested 3 from the right wing. That's going to go off and out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in coming for St. Mary's. 16-7, 13-14 to play. And what has been a very fast-paced first half. Lerner crosses the stripe, working to his left, working on Gray. Pass in the middle, has a man wide open. There's the jam, J.D. Salo. 16-9, Salo with the right hand. Gray wanting to run the other way. Takes it himself. That's swatted away. Salo, a presence both offensively and defensively. Has that pass blocked. Here goes Thorns. Thorns is blocked and fouled. Well, J.D. Salo, a dunk and a block. His pass is tipped, and Jalen Thorns, who gets up with a hand on his side there. He's going to go to the stripe for free throws. Salo's going to pick up his first personal. That's the 6th foul on St. Mary's. We've got 12:46 to go in the first half. Thorns free throw strong. Greensboro 3 of 6 from the stripe here, while St. Mary's a perfect 4 for 4 from the line. Jackson checks in for Gray. Second free throw coming here for Thorns. Greensboro has 3 players in the backcourt ready to get back on defense. Free throw missed. Stroman comes down with the offensive board. He was the only offensive player on the blocks. Gets the board, now gets the return pass from Jackson. That's swatted away and out of bounds to St. Mary's. Nige Stroman trying to do it all on the offensive end there. But another block. That is the 4th block for St. Mary's today. 12:30 to go. 16-9, the Pride lead. Thompson with the right hand trying to get around Powell. Does. That shot on the baseline, an awkward angle, no good. But they're going to call Powell for the foul. It will be his first personal, team foul number 4. 2 shots coming here for Thompson. Thompson, 4 points in the win against Averett for the Seahawks. Jeremiah Howard getting ready to check back in. Free throw missed by Thompson, and Howard comes in for Stroman. Rebounding 7-12 for the Pride. Second free throw coming for Thompson. No rebound needed there. Thompson makes the shot. 16-10, and again the Pride having to contend with the press. Roberts racing up into the front court. Flips this one down to Howard down low. Howard waiting for an opportunity to elevate. That shot no good. Howard goes down, no foul. Greensboro recovers the ball and now passing it around the perimeter. Offensive rebound for the Pride. Thorns trying to go left hand. He's stripped and out of bounds. Stays with Greensboro. 20 seconds on the clock. 12:03 to go in the half. So next stoppage most likely will bring us to our next media timeout. Jackson will inbound once both teams have their players set up accordingly. Jackson looking for the open man. It's Howard. Howard gives it right back to Jackson. Now to Powell. Powell, deep three, almost straight on. That's going to miss just off to the side. Rebound fought for, and it's going to be taken by St. Mary's, and a wide open layup on the other end by Coverman. Long feed up ahead from Bangura. And a long pass up ahead for the Pride now. They try to break the press. Roberts to Powell. Powell, 3-ball, no good. Tipped by Howard back out to Jackson. Jackson contact in the lane, shots no good. He'll go to the line. Foul here is going to go on Tristan Thompson. Thompson's going to pick up his first personal, team foul number 7, and that will take us to the media timeout. 11:36 to go. Greensboro trailing, or leading rather, 16-12 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Following the media timeout, DJ Jackson will go to the stripe for free throws. Greensboro's lead was once 10, is now 4. 16-12 with 11:36 to go. This game has already seen 9 combined turnovers and 11 combined fouls. Jackson for his first free throw attempts of the night. DJ's first is pure, 17-12. Second one coming from DJ, also good, 18-12. Well, Greensboro last year dropped their first 7 games before an overtime win against Warren Wilson en route to a 6-win season. Played well enough to get the win on Saturday, but looking for that first win here today. Hyde fumbles the pass for a moment, kicks it out to Bangura. Bangura now trying to work around to Howard. That's a tough draw, and Howard's going to be called for the foul. Jeremiah Howard picking up his second. First Greensboro player with 2 fouls called on him, and it will send Bangura to the line. Sekou Bangura, 4 points, including 2 for 2 from the stripe against Averett. It was a 74-68 win for the Seahawks on Saturday. Friday. Friday the 7th. First free throw was good. Second free throw coming. And good. 2 for 2 was Bangura. And now Greensboro again trying to contend with the press. So far, they've done a decent job. They've struggled a little bit, but they've done a decent job. Timeout called there by Stroman. Could not find an open man. And we'll keep it here. 11:17 to go in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll obviously take a look at some of the first half numbers. We'll give you an out-of-town scoreboard. I'll tell you this right now. Nothing going on. There's one women's game today, and that's it. Everything else scheduled for tomorrow. But we will billboard that for you as best we can. Also, we'll talk a little bit about everything going on in Greensboro College athletics, including, I don't know if you heard, but the volleyball team will be hosting the first round of the tournament tomorrow as the number 1 seed, which means that as long as they are in the tournament, they will be playing home games in the USA South. So coming off an incredible, historic season, they're 26-2 right now, 21 consecutive wins going into tomorrow night's game. And we may have a special guest at halftime to talk a little bit about that game as well. So you certainly don't want to miss the halftime show. 11:17 to go, though, in the first half. Still plenty of action before we get to the break. Stroman looking to inbound, finds Jackson. Jackson trying to get around his man, and there's a foul going to be called on Corey Blair as both he and DJ Jackson go to the ground. Blair's going to pick up his first. Team foul number 8, so Greensboro will go and have free throws on the other end. Jackson already 2 for 2. And looking to capitalize on the front end of a 1-and-1. Pride lead is 4. Jackson's free throw is good, 19-14. 11:15 to play first half. Greensboro 6 of 10 from the stripe. Jackson's free throw is perfect again. DJ 4 for 4. That's where 4 of his 6 points have come from. 20-14 the score. Pull up 3, Blair bouncing off the mark, and Stroman saves it. Saves it to Gray. Gray trying to work towards the far boundary, now cuts back into the middle. Throws it to Jackson in the right wing, now back up top to Roberts, now left wing to Thorns. Thorns working back over to the middle, has to reverse direction, now pulls up jumper, top of the key, that's off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound taken the other way by Hyde. Hyde wanting to run, he's going to go challenge Thorns the other way, contested layup, that's good. 20-16, 10:35 to go. And again, the Pride getting past the press. Easy work there for Thorns. He's going to have a one-on-one. Reverse layup. Oh, the finger roll doesn't go in. Fighting for the rebound. It will go out of bounds, and it will be Greensboro ball. 10:28 to go. Pride lead is 4. Substitutions both ways. Gray throws it back out to Roberts. Roberts after left wing, hands it off to Gray. Gray goes back to the top. Thought about driving with the left hand, stops, starts, kicks it back out now to Stroman. Stroman pull up from the right wing. 3, give it to him. Nige Stroman, 23-16 Greensboro. Stroman led the Pride with 24 points on Saturday. He's got 5 now today. 10 minutes to go. We're halfway through half number 1. Hyde trying to work on Gray, uses a pick, kicks this one out. Now back up top, bobbled by Cremaldo for a minute, now throws down low to Salo. Salo trying to work on Roberts, wants to back him down. So far, Ryan not giving a whole lot of ground. There's a shot high off the glass, no good. Defensive rebound, Gray. Gray looking for Jackson up ahead. Jackson contested layup, that one rolls around, no good, foul. Jake Coverman picking up the foul, contact on the shot, and he will be the third Seahawk with 2 fouls. Team foul number 9 already here for St. Mary's. Jackson looking to continue his perfect streak at the stripe, and he does, 5 for 5. Greensboro's lead stretches back up to 8. Greensboro starting their season with 2 home games in 3 days. Last year started the season with the Roger Taylor Invitational. Lost to Christopher Newport and Eastern Mennonite before coming home for their first game. And as Jackson makes his second free throw, 9:37 to go in the first half. We'll go ahead and just billboard a little bit of what's coming up in USA South men's basketball. Again, we mentioned Greensboro and St. Mary's, the only game tonight on the schedule. Methodist and Warren Wilson tomorrow. That's a 2 o'clock tip-off from Asheville. Then at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, Pfeiffer will host Johnson and Wales. Then on Wednesday, LaGrange is at Brevard, Averett at SVU, Mary Baldwin at Eastern Mennonite, and Guilford is on the road at North Carolina Wesleyan. As far as women's basketball concerned, the only game tonight, and it actually is starting now, will be Mary Baldwin and Bridgewater. Tomorrow, Brevard is at Bob Jones, and our very own Greensboro women's team looking to pull back even in the standings, 1-1. Tomorrow they'll travel to Averett and try to do just that. Very entertaining game. The women lost on Saturday on the road at Virginia Wesleyan, 108-86. Definitely a different looking team than what we saw last year from Coach Fernandez's group. Kinsley Stewart, 23 points. She was named the USA South Women's Basketball Rookie of the Week. It was a good week in the awards for Greensboro College. Obviously, we talked quite a bit about football and Cam Turner picking up some accolades this week as well. A 5 total touchdown day for Turner in the win against North Carolina Wesleyan on Saturday. And, of course, Morgan Mayfield, another fantastic week as she was named Defensive Player of the Week for volleyball. We're back in action. That one off of the fingertips of Corey Blair. Jackson trying to save it from going out of bounds, and he didn't, but possession will stay with Greensboro anyways, and Stroman will throw it in. Will Gray, by the way, men's basketball player of the week last week, thanks to that triple-double. So, 9:18 to go. Greensboro leads by 9. Gray driving right-hand side, now stops, picks up the dribble, back out to Jackson. Jackson trying to work through a double team, gives it to Stroman. Thought about a contested three from the right wing. Now working baseline. Still contested shot. It's going to rattle off the back of the iron. No good. Offensive board to Roberts. Now to Powell. Roberts calling for it back. Finally gets it, but too late to take a look at that three ball. Now to Gray. Gray backing out of a potential drive to Stroman. Shot clock to 10. Kicks it out to Powell. Powell, three ball right wing. Swish, give it to him. Griffin Powell's got 2 threes today, and Greensboro's lead is 12. This is the Griffin we were waiting to see. Blair with it, now up top to Grimaldo. Grimaldo trying to drive on Powell. Spin move, floater in the lane, no good. Rebound fought for, taken there by Roberts. Another defensive board for the Pride. Now to Stroman. Stroman's pass intended for Gray. Little short, but Gray gets to it. Now gives it to Jackson. Jackson kicks it out. Powell, left corner, shot no good. Goes to Jackson. Greensboro maintains possession. Jackson driving from the left wing, tries to pass it in low to Stroman. That's going to go out of bounds, and it will stay with Greensboro. 11-10 to play. Greensboro's lead is 12. Gray inbounds it to Stroman. Now out to Powell. Pride passing around the perimeter, down to Gray up top. Back to Powell. Fakes a pass into the corner, bounces it back to Gray up top. They're working around the edge. Now from the right corner, it's Jackson for three. That shot no good. Rebound taken by Coverman. Up to Lerner now. Lerner trying to drive the lane. Got Gray out of position. Good job there by Lerner. Creating some separation to make it a 10-point game. Feed up ahead to Jackson. Jackson, contested shot, another foul. Bangura's going to pick up his first. And Jackson again to the line. I'll tell you what, for all the fouls that St. Mary's has picked up today, they've done a good job spreading it out so that nobody has more than 2 personals. That takes us to the under 8 timeout. 7:41 to go. Greensboro leads it 28-18 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Back at it here, 7:41 to go in the first half. Greensboro leading it 28-18. DJ Jackson 6 of 6 from the line, and he'll toe it again. And makes it again, 29-18. Jackson now 7 of 7 from the stripe. I'll tell you what, as many times as they will let him go to the line, even if he misses a couple before the night's over, you'll take DJ shooting free throws all night long. Makes the second, 30-18 the score. A little bit of a press here from the Pride, not anything too strong necessarily. And now Salo with it, trying to back down Roberts, picks up the dribble, throws it down low to Coverman. Coverman trying to get around Stroman and does, muscles up the layup, 30-20 the score. And again, the Pride trying to get through the Seahawk press. Jackson long feed across from one side of the court to the other. He's found Stroman. and Greensboro can set up the offense. Gray to Jackson, now to Roberts up top. Roberts jogging to the right, hands it off to Gray. Gray crossing one hand to the other. He's fouled by Coverman. Coverman's going to pick up his third. And Gray's going to go to the line. Will Gray's 1 for 2 today. So Gray with 1 point today, now given 2, 31-20, with 7:02 to go in the first half. Greensboro's already surpassed their first half total from Saturday, had 26 points at the break. Already 31, make that, 31. Gray, though, again coming up with the offensive board to Jackson. Jackson is stripped on the way up. No jump ball is going to be called. Possession arrow favoring St. Mary's. We've seen that a couple times from Will Gray, following up his shot and coming down with an offensive board on a missed free throw. He is 2 for 4 today now from the stripe. Hyde trying to work on Gray. They're both hand checking a little bit. Passes up top to Salo. Salo bounces it to Coverman, trying to back down Stroman, now sends it back out to Hyde. Gray gets a hand on it. Hyde lost the handle for a moment, now he's picked up his dribble. Finds the open man, Blair. Blair trying to drive on Jackson, loses the handle on the way up out of bounds, and possession stays with St. Mary's. They will have 4 seconds on the shot clock. So they're going to have to muscle something up really quickly or at least get some separation deep. They're 1 of 4 from 3. They'll throw it out into the corner. Now back up top to Bangura, and he's going to be late on the shot. Actually didn't even realize the shot clock was ending. Tried to throw an extra pass in there to Salo, and there wasn't enough time. Or actually, Crimaldo, rather, was the intended target. So a shot clock violation, and that's tipped out of bounds. Greensboro again with it. 6:23 to go, first half. Stroman on the inbound to Gray, sprinting up into the front court. Gray dribbling to the left, now to Jackson in the left wing. Stroman up top. Roberts directing traffic, hands it off to Gray, right wing. Gray trying to get a little separation in the lane. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound taken there by Crimaldo. Crimaldo wanting to run. Seahawks in the front court. Crimaldo trying to go coast to coast. Shot no good. Rebound taken there by Jackson. Jackson jumping pass up ahead to Powell. Powell to Jackson. Jackson driving middle of the lane and finger roll no good. Put back no good by Stroman. Now racing the other way is Hyde. Hyde bounces it up ahead Bangura. Bangura layup good. 31-22. 5:40 to go first half. Greensboro a couple quick passes to break the press, and Gray is fouled trying to go up with the right hand layup rather. 5:30 to go. He's still down on the ground. Salo picking up his second personal, team foul number 12. And Will Gray 0 for 4 from the floor, but 2 for 4 from the stripe. Greensboro already shooting their 18th and 19th free throws of the half. First one good from Gray. The Pride shooting 27% from the floor. And actually, St. Mary's almost 15% better from the stripe. The difference is Greensboro's gotten there 10 more times. Gray 2 for 2 on this particular trip, and he checks out now for Jalen Thorns. 33-22, 5:30 to go. Inbounded by Bangura. Up ahead is Hyde. Thorns comes out to meet him on the right-hand side. Hyde picks up the dribble up top to Salo. Salo trying to get it down low, and a kick ball there from Roberts. And so it'll be Salo to throw in. underneath the Seahawks attacking basket. Salo looking for the open man. It's up top. It's a 3-ball from Blair, and it's true. 33-25. Just the second made three-pointer for St. Mary's today. Jackson layup under the basket, no good. Goes out of bounds, and it is St. Mary's ball. DJ got his own miss, then had it poked away. 5:06 to play, and the Seahawks have cut it to 8. Hyde with it. Hyde working to the right-hand side, picks up the dribble, tries to go up top to Salo. Roberts poked it free for a moment. Now that's down low to Bangura. Whistle, a foul. Shot's good. I don't think they're going to count it, though. Foul is on Powell. And yep, they're going to wave off the shot. So 2 shots coming here for Bangura. (33-25) your score. Greensboro's lead is 8. Pride have not trailed today. One official at one point had said 2 shots. Now they're going to inbound it to Salo, now up top. Now to Bangura, throwing under the basket, found a fairly open Salo. Wouldn't say wide open, but enough separation from Roberts to lay it in. Here's Jackson, back up top to Thorns. Greensboro's lead is down to 6. Powell looking for a cutting Stroman. Stroman on the far baseline, going up, that one contested and out of bounds, stays with the Pride. 4:23 to play. Jeremiah Howard checking back in for Ryan Roberts now. Howard took over the game early. He's only played 6 minutes because of picking up those 2 early fouls. Jackson to throw into Stroman. Stroman gathers, goes up with it, and the easy layup restores an 8-point lead for the Pride. 35-27, 4:15 to play. Hyde standing on the Pride logo at half court. Now out to Bangura. Up top to Crimaldo, now across to Blair. Up top, Bangura 3-ball, no good. Rebound taken on a bounce by Powell. Outlet to Jackson. Jackson now working into the middle, has it stolen away, but first a foul on Bangura. Blocking foul Bangura, that'll be his second, and that takes us to the under 4. 3:52 to go, Greensboro's lead 35-27 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. So following the media timeout, 3:52 to go, DJ Jackson from the stripe. And DJ again hits. Story of the night so far, DJ 9 out of 9. Greensboro's lead 36-27. Second free throw coming for DJ, and hits again, 10 for 10. So here comes Lerner. Lerner working now to Salo up top. Bounce pass in the middle to Cremaldo. Whistle and a foul. Are they going to get Thorns? No, it's going to be Jackson called for the foul. First personal for DJ, and it'll be a 1-and-1 coming for St. Mary's. Cremaldo will go to the line here. Cremaldo has 3 points, coming off of a 3-point make earlier today. First free throw around the back of the rim and out of bounds off of Jeremiah Howard. And possession will stay with the Seahawks. Cremaldo led St. Mary's with 23 points in 31 minutes against Averett. Greensboro's lead is 10 with 3:39 to play in the first half. Long pass back up top to Salo, trying to work on Howard, looking for a cutting Blair. Now back out it goes to Lerner, back to Blair. Salo with it, loses the handle, gets it back now to Blair. 8 seconds left, now 6. Blair's going to have to pull up long two, clanks off the side of the iron, gets his own miss, puts it back up and drains the second. 37-29 with 3:16 to go. And again, Greensboro having to contend with the press. Thorns tips it up ahead to Powell. Powell is hit hard while trying to pass it to Gray. And the foul's going to be called on a Hyde, and again, that will be his first. That's the crazy thing, too, and we'll talk about it at halftime. That's now 14 fouls on St. Mary's, but only one guy has 3. They've spread it out. Powell from the stripe, first free throw good. Griffin's got 7 today. Greensboro has 5 players in the scoring column. 9 for St. Mary's. Powell's second free throw, no good. Howard tapping it up against the board, trying to get the offensive rebound. It doesn't, but it goes to Gray. That's the important thing, is it stays with the green and white. Gray goes up, good, and 1. Oh, no, they're waving it off, offensive foul. I thought for sure that was going to be an and 1. But they're going to wave off the basket. Offensive foul on Gray. He'll pick up his first with 3 minutes to go. 38-29. Lerner crossing the timeline. Passing over the middle to Salo. Salo's having a tough time since Howard's entered the game. Down low to Hyde. That goes out of bounds, and it's Greensboro ball. Pride lead is 9, 2:46 to go in the first half. And again, we'll see the press, this time coming from the side. Jackson to Thorns. Nice bounce pass up ahead to Jackson. He returns it to Powell, back to Jackson. Kicks it out to Gray. Gray driving left-hand side, stripped on the way up, out of bounds. It stays with Greensboro. 23 on the clock, 2:38 to go on the game clock. Gray throws it up top to Powell. Powell pulls up for 3, swish, give it to him, Griffin Powell. Powell 3 of 6 from 3 today. Greensboro's lead 41-29. Lerner on the right, gives it up top to Hyde. Bounce pass up the middle. Lerner and Gray colliding on it. Lerner's going to finally come down with it in the backcourt. Crosses the timeline again with the shot clock at 9. He can't get around Howard. Finally passes it into the corner. 3-ball Cremaldo. No good. Rebound tipped around. Goes to Hyde. Shot is no good and a foul called. Jeremiah Howard's going to pick up his 3rd personal. And with 1:59 to go, wouldn't be surprised if he comes back out. Coach McDuffie with an incredulous look as he's getting an explanation, and It looks like a civil conversation, a lot of smiling going on, but you can tell Coach McDuffie does not agree with the referee's description and account of what happened. Free throws coming here for Hyde. Free throw, no good. Howard comes down with the board. Well, it's not a 1-and-1 though, so it doesn't matter. And Howard does in fact check out. Roberts comes in. So Howard probably done for the half. 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 fouls. All of that happening in 8 minutes of work. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Second free throw. Bouncing off, no good. Rebound taken. Roberts long feed up ahead to Thorns. Thorns working his way to the basket and thought about the dunk. Decides to lay it in. Goes with the safer option. 43-29, 1:50 to play. Pride lead is 14. Here comes Hyde. Bouncing it right wing to Thompson. Thompson working on Powell. Gives this one to Cremato. Cremato trying to work on Roberts. Roberts standing strong. Almost got the defensive rebound. Ball's going to go all the way back out where Blair's going to recover it and reset things for the Seahawks. Blair, 3 from the right wing off the side of the iron. No good. Goes to Thorns. Thorns a bounce pass to Jackson. Jackson, slow motion, floater, no good. Tries to fight for the rebound. Instead, it's going to go Cremato the other way. Cremato trying to drive. Roberts, underhand layup, that's good. 43-31, 1:10 to go. Long feed up ahead, Jackson. Nobody was there. An easy layup for DJ Jackson. Give DJ 14. He leads all scorers. 1 minute to go in the first half. Hyde slowing things down here for St. Mary's. Bounce pass to Thompson. Thompson slings it across to Hyde, left wing. Working on Gray. He's found an opening and lays it in. Not a whole lot of time to dissect that because here comes the press again. Thornton slings it across to Jackson. Jackson's got an open Roberts. Roberts looked for Powell, instead gives it back to Jackson. Back to Roberts. 3-ball. Give it to him. Ryan Roberts, 48-35, 30 seconds left. Hyde with it now. Kicks it over to Blair. Up top to Cremato. Now trying to go down low. Pass too strong. Oh, Powell called for a foul. The pass was out of bounds. If we were playing football, we would say uncatchable. But Powell's going to be called for what will be his third personal foul of the first half. 16.6 to go. Thompson will go to the line. Thompson 1 of 2 from the stripe today. 7 of 11 are the Seahawks. First free throw is no good. Substitution coming. Bangura checking in for Blair, and Aiden Eller coming in for Powell for the final 16.6. Again, Greensboro 2 players with 3 fouls, which is crazy. 24 combined fouls, but 3 combined players with 3 fouls each. Second free throw is good, 48-34, 16.6 to go. Another substitution, Salo in and Cremato out. Greensboro, with the shot clock turned off, can play for the final shot of the half. This is the first time we haven't seen the press for St. Mary's. Thorns with it, bounces it up top to Gray, now to Thorns. Thorns loses the handle, there's a foul called. And that's going to be on Bangura, who's picking up his third personal. And looks like Cremato, who had just stepped out, about to check right back in. But first, Jalen Thorns will go to the stripe. Quintero also about to check in here. 7.6 remaining on the clock. And Thorns with 2 points today. Free throw is up and good. Thorns with his first make. Quintero checking in. Again, also checking in Cremato and Coverman. 7.6 to go. Greensboro looking to get to 50 here in the first half. Second free throw coming. It's good. Greensboro now employing a bit of a press. 6 seconds left on the first half clock. Hyde racing up the middle. He has it stripped away. It's saved by Bangura. He'll just throw one up at the buzzer. Oh my, it went in. A desperation three by Bangura at the buzzer goes in, but Greensboro dominates the first half. 50-37 is the score at the break. We'll step aside, catch our breath, and we'll break it all down here as the halftime show begins. When we come back, Pride up 13 to the break on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Halftime here at Haynes Gym. Greensboro leading at 50-37, your score at the break. And we promised you a special guest, and we've delivered with Jalen Templeton from the volleyball team beginning conference tournament action tomorrow against Brevard. You guys are the number 1 seed. First off, I know for you guys it's been business as usual and the job's not finished, but that's a huge accomplishment. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Tell me a little bit about just kind of the mindset right now. It's weird to think that you guys have finished the year on a 21-game winning streak, and it kind of feels like you almost have to wipe it clean because that doesn't matter in the tournament.
Yeah, we definitely have that mindset of nothing we did in regular season matters because anyone in this conference can take over and go on a big run and win the tournament because it's only 3 games. So we're really just all starting at 0. So we have to wipe our slate clean and just start all over again.
Jalen, I know this is a very senior-heavy team, and I know that you guys all, because you guys told me about it before the season started, everybody was talking about how that last season ended so disappointingly in that tournament loss to Meredith. Does that just give you guys extra motivation for tomorrow to say, hey, we can't let that happen again?
It definitely does because we didn't think it would end that way, and we've also had letdowns like my sophomore year losing in the championship to Meredith. So, we've been so close so many years, and I think it just fuels us to get that extra step and actually win.
They say it's one of the toughest things in sports to do is to beat a team 3 times in a season. You guys are going to have to do that to a couple of different opponents today or this year. So just real quickly, what are you guys seeing on tape for Brevard?
They've actually been doing really well. They took Meredith and Salem to 5.
But the SID Stephen Whitenhouse giving us a thumbs down.
Oh, Stephen. No, but they took 2 really top of our conference teams to 5, so they're not just going to roll over and let us beat them. They have really good middles, and they have a pretty spread out offense, and it goes really fast, so we've been working on getting our block timing right to stop those middles and their outsides.
So, Jalen, obviously we want to see Haynes Gym packed tomorrow, and I know the atmosphere here has been unreal this year. So for everybody watching today, just give them a message here ahead of tomorrow's game.
We'd really love for this gym to be completely packed. We feed off of your guys' energy, and it really helps us want to win for our school because we feel the energy that y'all give us, and we want to make our school proud. So it'd be great if everyone could come in and watch and support us.
5 o'clock start tomorrow. We'll be on the air with the pregame show at 4:45. Jalen, thank you so much, and best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats from the first half. Take a look at some of the team stats first. Greensboro dominates on the boards category, 28-17 in the first half, including 15 offensive rebounds for the Pride. Points in the paint go to Greensboro as well. St. Mary's came back late, 18-16. and took the lead in that one. Assists go to Greensboro 11-8. Turnovers 9 for St. Mary's, 6 for the Pride. And fast break points go to Greensboro 18-11. Some of your individual numbers. Leading scorer for St. Mary's was Bangura with 7. Leading rebounder was Hyde with 3. Leading assister Hyde, Bangura, and Salo all with 2 each. For Greensboro, DJ Jackson leading the way at the break with 14 points. 6 boards for Gray, 4 assists each for Gray and Jackson. And DJ Jackson, a perfect 10 of 10 from the charity stripe. We bring in now Jayshawn Ayala. Jayshawn, we were kind of talking during some of the timeouts about some things that we saw in the first half. It felt like for a lot of that half, Greensboro was playing fast, trying to match St. Mary's, but they were teetering on the edge of out of control.
Yeah, no, they definitely were. And matching the energy has sent them to the line. As you said, Jackson, 10 of 10 for the stripe. That's great. And they're doing a great job of getting to the line. Last half, St. Mary's have 15 fouls. And I believe that if Greensboro can get back to the line, they'll put themselves in a great position to continue and win on this game.
Now, I don't know if this is necessarily something you draw up, Jayshawn, but I was looking at some of the numbers and kind of the foul distribution. The fact that with 15 fouls, they only had 2 players pick up 3, that was impressive to me.
Yeah, no, it sounds like that's something they practice. I mean, spreading out fouls is not a tactic I've heard, but, spreading them out well.
Interesting number here. I'm trying to find the actual graphic. Yeah, so based on the records that we found last year, Isaiah Pruitt set the record for most free throws made in the game without missing. He was 14 of 14. DJ Jackson, we said it already, 10 of 10 in the first half. And, he's a guy that we've known coming in that he's a guy who's pure from the charity stripe. And if they're going to keep giving us chances to go to the line, Greensboro's going to take it.
For sure. He's one of those returners that is good at what he does. And he definitely has been great again to the stripe early on in these first 2 games. And maybe we will see a record broken today.
What do you see from Greensboro defensively right now? A lot of quick hands on defense, but every now and then it kind of seems like with those quick passes for St. Mary's, a couple guys get out of position and they do find an open lane.
Right. Early on, Greensboro was rotating very well. St. Mary's is a great passing team so far, and I believe that if they keep rotating, getting out to the 3-point, they've shut the 3-point down pretty well to this point. St. Mary's not the best so far, 3-point shooting. And, so keep moving, keep rotating. I think they'll be great.
All right, I'll let you put on your coach's hat here for a minute. If for both coaches, if you're both coaches here, what kind of adjustments, what are you telling your guys at halftime?
Greensboro, I'm going to keep getting to the line. I'm going to keep getting Jackson the ball in the paint. And I think even Powell yesterday or last game, didn't get to shoot the 3-point as well as he is today, 3 for 6 from the 3-point today. And I think if you keep driving with Jackson and Nigel, and I think you can get Powell the ball more outside and get him going. When he's going, as we saw last year, he can definitely be a threat from the 3-point line.
And St. Mary's, obviously, we saw, I think the energy is a big part for them. And I think if I'm the St. Mary's coach here, I'm saying we got to keep that up. However, I think it's got to be a little bit more controlled because Greensboro is trying to feed off of that, force you into making those mistakes. So you've got to find that balance between out of control and playing fast. Because I do think there are times, especially when the Seahawks run, Greensboro is struggling to keep up with them, but they're allowing St. Mary's to hurt themselves.
Right, yeah. So their pace is very fast, and they're getting a little bit behind themselves and forcing them to foul. And that's what puts Greensboro ahead 13 points. I mean, they're shooting the free throw great. I think if I'm the St. Mary's coach, I'm going to tell my guys, keep playing fast, keep playing hard and physical, but a little bit more physical, but a little bit more pretentious and not having 15 fouls in one
Sure,
half.
yeah, and it could make for an interesting second half if by the time we get to that last media timeout, you've got a bunch of guys in foul trouble. And so I think for Greensboro, as if you can maintain your double-digit lead while also getting them into foul trouble, probably the recipe for success, at least the way that this game felt in the first half.
Right, for sure. Control the clock, get to the line when you can, and I think Greensboro's set up to finish this game out.
All right, Jayshawn, well, we'll step aside. When we come back, we'll take a look at what else is going on around the conference, what else is going on around Greensboro College athletics. Pride lead it at the break, 50-37 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Halftime continuing here from Haynes Gym. Greensboro leads it 50-37 at the break. We've taken a look at some of the numbers. We've taken a look at some of the analysis in the second half projections. Now let's take a look at what else is going on around Greensboro College athletics. We mentioned earlier today women's basketball on the road at Averett tomorrow, looking for their first win in conference play. They fell in their season opener against Virginia Wesleyan 108-86 on Saturday. And again, looking to bounce back tomorrow. Also tomorrow, here at home in Haynes Gym, volleyball, the first round of the USA South Tournament. Number 1 seed Greensboro and number 8 seed Brevard doing battle. 5 o'clock the start time. Our pregame show begins at 4:45. We certainly hope you are here. We hope that you make this place loud. Wave at us if you want from the crowd, but if not, we will have all the action for you on the Greensboro College Athletics YouTube page. If Greensboro wins, they play again on Thursday. Timing and opponent to be determined, but it is a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday schedule. On Friday the 14th, men's and women's swimming at the Cadet Invite in Lexington, Virginia, Virginia Military Institute. Men's basketball will make the same trek as the women's team to Danville only a couple days later on Friday, taking on Averett at 6 o'clock. Then on Saturday, the Cadet Invite continues. Women's wrestling is on the road in Lynchburg, taking on Liberty. Football at noon against Methodist. It is senior day. It is the end of the regular season, end of the season period for a Greensboro College team looking for win number 3 of the year. And if volleyball wins tomorrow, if they win Thursday, they will play in the championship right here in Haynes Gym on Saturday evening. And we will have that game right here for you on the Greensboro College Sports Network as well. Again, date, time, all that still to be determined. Well, date we know will be Saturday, but opponent and such still to be determined. And then on Sunday, we'll go one more day, the final day of the swim meet at VMI. Women's basketball, men's basketball, a doubleheader. Women at 2 o'clock at home here in the gym against Mid-Atlantic Christian. Men to follow against Warren Wilson. Those are 2 and 4 o'clock, and we'll have those games for you as well. We mentioned around the USA South, not a ton happening today. One women's basketball game on the slate for today, Mary Baldwin and Bridgewater. And that one in the second quarter, Bridgewater leading at 34-19. Jasmine Griffin with 9 points leading the way in that one. Tomorrow, men's basketball resumes in conference play with Methodist at least teams in the conference. Methodist at Warren Wilson and Johnson and Wales at Pfeiffer. On the women's side, tomorrow, Brevard at Bob Jones, and we mentioned Greensboro and Averett. We'll step aside. Second half when we come back. Pride lead at 50-37 at the break on the Greensboro College Sports Network. All right, all the talking is done. We put 20 minutes back on the clock. Second half action here from Haynes Gym. Greensboro College leading St. Mary's College of Maryland 50-37 at the break. Once again, I'm Kendrick Fruits here with you from Haynes Gym as the Pride look to pick up their first win of 2025-26. Greensboro sends out Jackson, Gray, Thorns, Stroman, and Howard. On the other side, Quintero, Blair, Coverman, Cremato, and Lerner. Greensboro starts the second half with possession. It's Howard up top, now gives it to Gray. Gray into the far right corner to Stroman, now back up top to Jackson. Now to Thorns. Thorns had his way blocked, turns, stops, puts up the shot, no good. And a foul called. That didn't take long. It's going to be on Coverman, picking up his fourth personal already. May prevent him from playing a ton in the second half. 19:40 to go, Greensboro to inbound. Gray to Howard. Howard trying to muscle his way up, can't get to it. Picks up his own miss though, and back up and in, 52-37. Jeremiah starting the first half. The second half, same as the first half with a bucket, 52-37. Lerner to Coverman, now back up top. Quintero rather, three ball, no good, a foul. It's going to be Howard. It's going to be his fourth, and it's going to be 3 free throws here for Coverman. That's the thing. Jeremiah Howard, obviously a difference maker when he's on the floor, but getting in foul trouble, he's not going to have the opportunity to make a ton of a difference here in the second half. That's 4 for Jeremiah. 19:16 to go. Coverman 2 for 2 from the stripe. Check that, Quintero shooting the free throw. He is taking his first free throws of the night. First one rattles around, no good. Quintero 4 points against Averett on Saturday, or Friday rather. Second free throw coming. That rattles off, no good. So he's missed his first 2 from the stripe. And although Greensboro hates that the foul was on Howard, so far so good for the Pride at the stripe. Quintero's third is in, 52-38. Stroman to Roberts. Roberts almost had it stolen away by Quintero. Good bounce pass up ahead to Gray. Gray left-hand side, puts it up and in. Will Gray showing off the speed, 6 points for Gray. Now Lerner the other way for St. Mary's. Blair up top to Cremato, now to Coverman at the right wing. Now tries to throw it down low to Quintero. He's going to look to back down Roberts. Good backdoor pass there. The floater, no good. And the rebound goes to the Pride. Jackson, to Gray, behind the back, and a jam! Nige Stroman, I don't know what's prettier, the pass or the dunk. 56-38. Coverman trying to work around a screen, now goes up and fairly uncontested at the basket, lays it in, 56-40. Stroman looking for Roberts, goes out of bounds, and will stay with the Pride. 18:15 to go. And they're going to bleed off 1 second, 18:14 on the clock, and 1 second off of the shot clock. Stroman to Gray, and again, Greensboro contending with that press. They did a decent job breaking it in the first half. Jackson driving, right hand, kicks it out to Roberts. Roberts, right corner, 3 ball, no. Too strong, tipped off of Stroman's hand, going the other way. It's Cremato. Cremato now to Blair. Blair driving on Gray, no good and a foul. So Gray's going to pick up his second, and at least in terms of whistles, we're picking up where we left off in the first half. 15 fouls to 10 in the first half, and now Greensboro's committed 2. in the first 2 minutes. One committed by the Seahawks, and it will be Blair at the line. He's got 5 points. This will be his first trip to the stripe. Free throw in and out. Second free throw coming, and that's in. Stroman to inbound to Jackson. Jackson slings it up to Gray. Gray passes back to Jackson up top. Jackson wanted to work with the right hand. Spin move in the lane, puts that one up high off the glass, no good. Rebound taken by Bangura. Coming the other way is Lerner. Lerner slings it down in the middle to Quintero. Quintero, easy layup there, 56-43. Greensboro's lead is 13. Gray splitting through a couple defenders. Greensboro's got a quick 3-on-2 to Jackson. Jackson contested shot to Stroman. Stroman lays it in around contact, 58-43. 17:30 to go in the half. Greensboro so far doing a good job maintaining a double-digit lead. Again, you don't have to pull away more necessarily. I mean, you'd love to, but you don't have to here, but just maintaining the lead for the Pride. 3 ball in the near corner, no good. Off of the side by Coverman. Offensive board, though. Bangura goes up, whistle. Shots missed. Offensive foul, or a foul rather called on Roberts. Roberts picking up his second. I thought it was going to be Thorns, but Roberts picks up the foul. Sekou Bangura, 7 points today, 2 for 2 from the line. Free throw no good. St. Mary's 2 of 6 from the stripe here in the second half. This rim has not been kind to them from the charity stripe so far. Already 3 fouls committed by the Pride. Second free throw good. 58-44. Thorns crossing the timeline. Gives this one over to Gray. Gray in the right wing to Jackson. Now up top to Stroman. Stroman left wing to Thorns. Quick bounce pass to Roberts on the baseline. Left baseline, slings it up top. Stroman, 3 ball. No good off the side iron. Rebound taken by Coverman. Coverman long feed up ahead to Cremato in the corner. Now sends this up top. Spin move there by Hyde. Hyde in the lane on Roberts. Shot will drop. 58-46. Jackson long feed up ahead to Thorns. Thorns thought about splitting a couple defenders, decides not to. Slows things down, sends it out to Gray up top. Pass to Jackson. Jackson a little hook shot, baby hook good, 60-46. Give DJ 16 points. Greensboro's got 3 players in double figures. This one down low to Salo. Now back up top, Bangura. Now wide open 3, right wing, Hyde, no good. Offensive board, though, Bangura waiting to get Thorns up in the air. When he comes down, Bangura lays it in. Now there's a loose ball in the middle. Oh, great job hanging on to it. Goes up, loses the handle now to Jackson. Jackson trying to get it out of there. A triple team now sends it to Thorns. And Coach McDuffie says, hey, slow down, regroup. 14 seconds on the shot clock, 15:30 to go in the half. Jackson bounces up top to Stroman. Stroman now left wing to Roberts, gives it to Gray. Gray drives middle, kicks it out. Quick touch is now long baseline jumper. No good from Thorns. Going the other way, here comes Hyde. Hyde kicks it over in the right wing. Thinking about a 3 there is Coverman. Now kicks it back out to Hyde. Kai Hyde backing to the logo. Now to Coverman in the right wing. Now back up top to Salo. Salo hands it off to Hyde. Hyde trying to back down Jackson, forcing his way inside. Shot no good. Rebound taken Stroman. Stroman long feed up ahead to Gray. Gray on Bangura through contact. There's a foul as that ball goes out of bounds. And looks like Will Gray will head back to the line as Bangura is going to pick up his 4th. 14:51 to go. Should take us to the under 16 timeout. And it does. 14:51 to play. Greensboro leads it by 12, 60-48 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. 14:51 to go. Greensboro leading it 60-48 with Will Gray heading to the stripe. This will be Greensboro's first free throw attempt of the half. They were 19 of 25 from the stripe in the first half. St. Mary's has already attempted 3 free throws since halftime. Gray was 4 of 6 from the line in the first half. Eyes the mark. First free throw rattles in, 61-48. "20 free throws made for the Pride tonight. Second one coming from Gray, and it's good, 62-48. So now fouls starting to add up a little bit. Both players have a couple guys, or have at least one with 4 fouls. 2 for St. Mary's, 1 for Greensboro. Salo looking to pass down low, instead gives it to Bangura. Bangura now driving in on Powell, now picks up the dribble, throws back up top to Salo. Bounce pass, a cutting Hyde, finger roll, good. A high degree of difficulty on that shot for Hyde, and he was able to connect on it. There's going to be a foul on Salo, a reach in on Roberts. Salo's going to pick up his 3rd, and team foul number 3. Roberts to throw in from the baseline. 14:20 to go. Roberts looking for Jackson, now looking to go to Gray. It's turned over. A hard pass from Hyde, wanting to go inside to Bangura, but it's going to go off of Jackson. And Hyde will throw it in. So good defense there from Kai Hyde, the guard from Gaithersburg, Maryland. Passes up top to Quintero. Quintero trying to work on Roberts. Now to Hyde at the right wing. Gray's on him into the right corner now. Bangura gets Jackson in the air, now kicks it out to Coverman. Shot no good. Rebound fought for, taken there by Cramato, and works through traffic and lays it in. Greensboro's lead is now 10. Roberts looking for help, finds Powell. Powell bothered there by Coverman, crosses the timeline, loses the handle of it, taken away by Cramato. 3-on-2 for St. Mary's. Cramato with the hook, no good. Offensive board put back by Quintero. 62-54, and that's going to force a timeout from Coach McDuffie, and that will be our bonus timeout of the second half. 13:38 to play. Greensboro's lead cut to 8, 62. So Greensboro will throw in here, but it's a little bit of a run, a 6-0 run to be exact from St. Mary's here. Over the last minute 14, they've actually outscored the Pride 17-12 since halftime. Stroman running the baseline, gives it to Jackson. Jackson makes his man miss, now crosses the timeline. Up top to Gray. Gray dribbling left hand. Now switches to the right, fires to the top of the key. Stroman, that's taken away by Cramato. Cramato trying to work on Gray. Finger roll good. He falls down, no foul. 62-56. Gray bounces to Roberts, back to Gray, speeding up the front. Gray Quick pass, Jackson. Jackson is rejected there by Quintero. Ball stays with the Pride, though. Stroman trying to find Roberts. He does. Greensboro kicks it around the perimeter to Powell. Powell up top to Jackson. 14 seconds left. Shot clock 13 minutes to go rather in the half. Stroman, 3-ball left wing. Off the iron, no good. And here comes Hyde. Hyde gives it to Quintero. That shot no good. A soft foul called on Jackson. I thought Jackson tried to back out of that one. But DJ will pick up his second. And Quintero will go to the line. Now a 6-point game. Quintero with 5 points. He's 1 of 3 from the charity stripe. Second half is all Seahawks right now. First free throw good, 62-57. And here is Zephaniah Jones for the first time this year. Didn't see him in the last game, a loss on Saturday. Jones, one of the big men in the rotation last year. We'll see his first minutes of the year. Second free throw coming, and good. Timeout taken here by St. Mary's. 12:49 to go. It's a 4-point game as they have now outscored Greensboro 20-12 in the half. You look at some of the numbers and try to figure out why. Well, one thing, again, they've gotten to the line where Greensboro hasn't, 4 of 8, but also 8 of 14 from the floor. Three-pointers still not going for the Seahawks. 0 for 3 in the half, 3 of 12 in the game. Greensboro, though, has not done themselves any favors. Also 0 for 3 since halftime. But perhaps the biggest thing right now is just the fact that the fouls for St. Mary's have come down in a big way. Kind of felt like they were on pace for about a foul a minute in the first half and cut it down to about a foul every 2 minutes so far in the second half. But they're not getting themselves in a lot of trouble right now and not giving Greensboro free points at the line. Stroman working up the baseline, finds Gray. Gray, long feed up ahead to Jackson. Greensboro has broken the press and they set up the offense. Gray to Powell. Powell dribbling with the right hand, now to Stroman, now to Jackson in the right wing. Jackson down low to Stroman. Stroman loses the handle. That's taken away by Bangura. Hyde up ahead for St. Mary's. Hyde dribbling right side of the lane. That one rolls in, 62-60. It is all Seahawks right now. Here comes Stroman trying to work on Quintero, and he's got it taken away. Stroman, a couple of times has lost the handle, turned into a big turnover. Now a chance to tie or take the lead for St. Mary's. Bangura to Coverman, now to Hyde up top. What was an 18-point lead, that goes out of bounds. 12 seconds left on the clock. And that will take us to the media timeout. That ball goes out of bounds. 11:51 to go. And any momentum and any advantage. Well, over the last 3 minutes, it has been a 12-0 run for the Seahawks. They have cut the deficit all the way down to just 2 points, 60-62. They inbound with 10 seconds left on the clock. Lerner up top to Bangura. Bangura working on Jackson. Now picks up the dribble, goes into the corner. Lerner, 3-ball. There's a whistle. It's going to be a foul on Gray. So 3 free throws as the shot is missed. Lerner will go to the stripe again, and Gray will pick up his 3rd foul. That is the 2nd time today Greensboro has fouled a 3-point shooter. First free throw from Lerner, in and out, no good. So the most St. Mary's can do here is tie things up, barring a offensive board. Second free throw is good, 62-61, 11 minutes, 40 seconds to play. And one final free throw coming here. Free throw good, we're tied at 62. Here comes Gray. Gray to Jackson. Greensboro's got to settle things down here. Zephaniah Jones gives it to Gray. Dribbling with the left hand, back up top. Now switching to the right, looking for Powell. Powell bouncing it down low to Jones. Jones backs down his man, loses the handle, goes up with it. Misses the shot, picks up the offensive board, and cleans up his own mess. 64-62 Pride. Big Zephaniah Jones showing what he can do in the paint. Lerner up top to Cramato. Now hands it off to Coverman. Coverman backing up at the right wing, picks up his dribble at the free throw line, now gives it back to Cramato. Cramato to Coverman. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Coverman trying to work on Powell. 3-ball, missed everything. Air ball. And St. Mary's clamoring for a tip. They're not going to get it. And again, Greensboro with the ball, but they got to deal with the press. It's Jackson. Jackson to Gray. And Gray works into the front court. 10:30 to go. Pride lead is 2. Pass looking for Stroman a little haphazardly. Now Gray, though, coming back and picking up a loose ball, gives it to Jones. You don't want Jones to take that 3. Gives it back up top to Stroman. Now to Powell. Powell, deep range, 3-ball. Give it to him. Griffin Powell. 3-ball number 4 for Griffin. 10 minutes to go, and the Pride lead is 5. Quintero at the line, bounces it down low to Cramato. Cramato trying to back down Powell, can't do it. Turnover. DJ Jackson's run into Zephaniah Jones. They both lose the handle of it. Back to Jackson, now to Gray. Little confusion at half court, almost disastrous for the Pride. Gray driving right hand. Now the baseline, kicks it out to Powell. Powell steps inside the arc. Long 2, give it to him again. Griffin Powell has 15. Not a 3-ball, but Griffin is heating up. Greensboro has rebuilt a little bit of the lead now to 7. Lerner with it. Wanting to get it down low to Cramato. He does. Powell not giving him a lot of room to work. Up top to Coverman. Stroman on him. Driving left-hand side of the lane. Floater good for Coverman. He's got 10. Third player for the Seahawks in double figures. Long pass up ahead to Gray. Gray with a tip, whistle. And a foul called on Lerner. That'll be his first. Hard to believe there's somebody left that hasn't committed a foul yet, but that was the first for Lerner. Greensboro's actually got a couple. Stroman has played 26 minutes and has not committed a foul yet. Roberts checking in for Nige Stroman. 69-64, 9 minutes to play. Jackson working on Blair, now bounces it to Roberts, now to Powell. Now to Jackson in the right wing, picked up there by Powell. Jackson looking for a little separation, goes in the lane, there's a foul. And a goaltending going to be called there. So the foul is going to be on Blair. Goaltending gives Jackson the 2 points, but will go to the line to try to tack on another for the 3-point play. 71-64. And a check on the scoring, I guess, over here. Or maybe it could be the clock. Officials having a conversation with press row, if you will. Jackson for the free throw. Makes another. That's 11 for 11 for DJ today, 72-64. Greensboro's lead is 8. Hyde. Into the right corner. That's Coverman on Roberts. Coverman now into the lane. And he's stripped. That ball goes out of bounds. Greensboro has possession. Off the fingers of Coverman. And substitutions now coming for St. Mary's. Greensboro lost the momentum. They've wrestled it back here for the time being. 8:31 to play. (72-64). High scoring affair here today at Haynes. Jackson to Gray. Back to Jackson. Long feed to Powell. Powell to Jackson. A lot of quick passes for the Pride. Slings this out to Powell, left wing. Now up top to Roberts. Now to Jackson, right wing. Bounce pass to the baseline to Jones. Jones muscling his way up and in. Zephaniah Jones makes it a 10-point game again. Hyde working on Gray. Picks up his dribble under the basket. Just flings it up there. It falls. Hyde's got 12 now. Gray bounces, slings it into Roberts. Roberts looking for a little help. Gives it back to Gray. Gray racing past the stripe. Sends it up to Jackson. Jackson spins around his man. Now works left-hand side of the lane. What a move there, DJ Jackson. 76-66. Little hesitation from Jackson. Gets the separation he needs. And the Pride enjoy a 10-point advantage again. Salo at the free throw line. Down low to Cremato. Almost taken away by Roberts. He's going to get called for the foul. Actually, the foul's going to be on Jackson. Jackson will pick up what will be his third foul, and it takes us to the under 8 timeout. 7:27 to go. Greensboro leads at 76-66 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. .727 to play. Greensboro's lead 76-66. After a slow start to the half, Greensboro starting to come around a little bit, shooting 55% from the floor. Still not quite matching St. Mary's, though, shooting 61% from the floor. Greensboro's committed 6 fouls in the half. Seahawks have committed 5. And St. Mary's will inbound, and it looks like the Pride wanting to put a little pressure on here. Greensboro's not employed the press a ton today. I still had the first half on my head. They're underneath the attacking basket. Now this is Brazil up top. Don't mind me. It's been a long Monday. Here comes Hyde. Hyde kicks it out to Bangura. Lost the handle for a moment. Gets it back. Deep three on Jackson. Shot's no good. Rebound wrestled down by Powell. Was wrestling with Roberts. Didn't realize they were teammates. Jackson dealing with Bangura. Gets around him. Kicks it out to Powell. Wide open. Three ball. In and out. No good. Bangura with it. Slings it up the other way to Brazil. Brazil up top to Bangura. Now to Hyde. Griffin could not be more open than he was there. Just couldn't get it to drop. Salo hands it off to Bangura. Bangura trying to work to Jackson's right. Jackson's having none of it. Now to Hyde. Hyde slings it down to the baseline to Brazil. Trying to spin around Roberts. Kicks this one out. Three ball by Cremato. No good. Zephaniah Jones with the rebound. Gives it to Gray. Gray works his way through a double team. Gives it to Roberts now. Roberts finds Jackson in the front court. 6:10 to play. Gray, that pass to Roberts intercepted. Roberts will take Cremato down to the ground. Coach Chris Harney looking for the technical. He's not getting it. Yet, at least. Officials are conversing. It'll be Roberts' second personal. I think whichever way this discussion goes, you're going to have a very unhappy head coach. The question is he wearing gray or blue? No technical. Coach Chris Harney is irate in his 21st season with the Seahawks. So a 1-and-1 coming here. So Cremato 9 points and is 0 for 1 from the free throw line. And stoppage here, DJ Jackson bleeding. So they've got to get DJ taken care of really quickly while interestingly, I don't think it's actually DJ's blood. If it is, it's in an odd spot, kind of on the thigh area, unless it's come down from his elbow. DJ was just looking at his elbow. Trainer Aaron Betleon with a spray bottle and a little bit of elbow grease. Gets that taken care of. Athletic trainers so don't get the appreciation they deserve. Obviously, they keep our student athletes healthy, but jacks of all trades. First free throw good. We have a great crew here at Greensboro College. (76-67). 6:03 to play. Second free throw is coming here from Cremato. He's got 10. He's the fourth Seahawk in double figures. Second free throw good. 76-68. Roberts to Gray. Gray picks up the dribble, slings it across to Jackson. They've broken the press. Now down low to Jones. Jones on the baseline, spin move. He's in a double team, has it stripped, picks it back up. Now trying to work down low to Jackson. Jackson lost it for a moment, gets it back. That one just hangs on the rim, falls off, no good. Cremato behind the back, gets around Jackson, or does he? Yep, he does. Gets it up ahead to Bangura. Had an open three in the corner, didn't take it. Instead, finds Quintero. Quintero from the elbow, good. 76-70. 5:30 to play. Gray to Powell. Powell bounces up top to Roberts, now in the right wing to Jackson. Jackson to Jones. Jones now driving left-hand side. Oh, nice dump there to Roberts. Roberts with the delay puts it up 78-70. Roberts in the air, but had the wherewithal to hold on to the shot for a minute until the defender cleared out of the way. 5 minutes to go. Bangura up top to Cremato. Hands it off to Lerner. Lerner sends it back to Quintero. Three ball, good and one. Quintero for three. Chance for a 4-point play. Zephaniah Jones going to pick up the foul. Actually, yep, so it will be a chance for a 4-point play for Quintero. He is now the 5th Seahawk in double figures. They've really spread things out offensively today. Free throw is good, 78-74. We are under 5 minutes to go. You're not going to see a change in press here for St. Mary's now that they've pulled it back to a 4-point game. Gray with it. Sends it to Powell. Powell trying to drive right baseline, picks up the dribble. Off-balance shot, no good. Rebound taken, Quintero. Sends it up ahead to Lerner. Lerner wanting to run, looking for an outlet to the right. 3 ball in the corner. That is good. It's a 1-point game. Bangura with a 3. .427 to go, 78-77 the score. A little bit of drawing there between Bangura and Jackson. 4:27 to go. Roberts looking for the open man. Bounce pass to Gray. Bounce pass back to Roberts. Slings it up to Jackson. 3-on-2 for Greensboro. Jackson in the middle. Quick pass. And there is, I don't know if he let go of it or not. Stroman either a dunk or a layup there. Either way, gives Greensboro a 3-point lead. Coverman sends this one up top. Lerner. Lerner thought about a 3. Kicks it out to Bangura. Now Bangura 3 ball. In and out. And a foul. It's a push. Quintero's going to pick up his 3rd on a push. Stroman's got 13 on the other side for Greensboro. Jackson leads the way with 21. The Pride have 4 in double figures. Next up would be Gray with 8 points. Pride less concerned about individual scores, more concerned about trying to figure out how to win this game. Gray slips down the near sideline, kicks this one out to Jackson. Jackson speeds through the lane. That one good off the side of the glass. No answers for DJ Jackson tonight. He's got 23, and the Pride lead is 5. Lerner calling out the shots for the Seahawks. There's a push there from Roberts. Roberts pushing Quintero, and that'll be his 3rd. Roberts trying to contend that Quintero tripped. Not going to fool the officials. That'll take us to the under 4. 82-77 your score. A high-scoring affair. Final 3:43 when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. .343 to play. Greensboro's lead is 5, looking for their first win of the year. But it will not come easy as St. Mary's looking to go to 2-0 this year. Last year went 14-12, 10-6 in the United East Conference. Averaged 75 points per game. They've passed that. Greensboro's blown away their points per game average of last year. Not an offense-heavy team for Greensboro, despite the incredible performance that was the senior season of Isaiah Pruitt a year ago. Greensboro has surpassed their points per game average last year in each of the first 2 contests played here in 25-26. Quintero for the free throw. It's good. He's got 14, and the lead is now 4. Evan Quintero, the first year from Fallston, Maryland. 5 of 7 from the stripe. Free throw up and good. 3-point game, 82-79. Stroman to Powell, back to Nige Stroman. Jackson trying to come help him. Stroman instead speeds into the front court, picks up the dribble, gives it to Gray. Gray trying to turn a corner on Quintero to Roberts in the corner now, back up top to Jackson. Jackson working with the left-hand side of the lane, kicks this one out to Roberts. Roberts open, look for a 3-ball. Give it to him, it rattled in. Doesn't matter, still counts the same, 85-79. Ryan Roberts was a pretty good shooter at Mount Olive. Didn't get called on to do it a ton last year, and we're seeing it here this year. Shot no good. Offensive rebound, though. Well, no, it was for a moment. Now taken back by Greensboro. Gray with it. Double dribble called. Hyde had it, lost it. Gray took it away, and then Will Gray called for the double dribble. 3:02 left on the clock. Both teams are now with that. Greensboro's committed 14 turnovers to St. Mary's 13. Coverman with it. Backs out. Kicks this one over to Hyde in the right wing. Hyde working on Jackson at the free throw line. Sends it back to the right wing where Lerner is now. He's at the free throw line. Bounce pass up top to Coverman. Shot clock to 10. Coverman driving left-hand side of the lane. Pulls up over Stroman. That one off the front of the rim. No good. Quintero fighting for the board. And jump ball. Possession arrow goes to St. Mary's. 2:36 to go. St. Mary's coach Chris Harney about to bust a blood vessel in his face. I mean, he is beat red down there. And the officials are going to get together again. And a stoppage, a timeout called here. We'll keep it here. 2:36 remaining. Greensboro's lead has ebbed and flowed, currently sitting at 6 points. St. Mary's has not had the lead today. Greensboro's largest lead was 18. I think if you're the Pride here, I mean, obviously, first and foremost, you want to maintain the lead, but it kind of feels like they've been teetering on the edge of out of control here and there. And you wonder if they try to slow things down a little bit, try to force St. Mary's into maybe being a little over-aggressive on defense and trying to get themselves into foul trouble again. Jeremiah Howard looks like he may be about to check back in for the Pride. After shooting 25 free throws in the first half, Greensboro has only shot 3 in the second half. They've made them all, but they've sent the Seahawks to the line 17 times where they've made 12. St. Mary's to inbound. Lerner to throw, sends this one out to Coverman. Wide open three, he doesn't want it. Almost lost the handle. Griffin Powell with some aggressive defense. They give it out to Hyde. And Hyde has it stripped away by Gray. Gray wanting to run up into the front court. Gray, tried to cut around Coverman. Lost the handle. Jackson with it though, puts it up, he's fouled. DJ Jackson draws the foul from Quintero. That's his 4th. And it also looks like a little bit of housekeeping there. Instead of a jump ball, it appears that Coach Harney got the timeout before the jump ball. So possession arrow remains with St. Mary's. We'll see if that comes into play later. Jackson's free throw good. He's 12 of 12. Howard did in fact check in. Taller lineup for Greensboro. Stroman, Powell, and Howard in the back. Free throw number 13 for Jackson, 13 of 13. And again, by our unofficial count, or maybe it's as official as it could be, as we're still working through some older records, 1 free throw away from Isaiah Pruitt's record of most free throws made in a game without a miss. Greensboro's lead is 8. Hyde to Bangura up top. Working through a double team, forces a pass. It was a bad pass, turned over to Powell. Now they've crossed the timeline with Gray. Gray trying to work on Cremato, now gives it to Jackson with Hyde on him. We're under 2 minutes to go. Jackson working right, left, now trying to go baseline, swatted by Quintero. Didn't get a ton on it, but enough to block the shot. It was out of bounds. Greensboro will inbound. 12 seconds remain on the shot clock. Pride looking to build, or rebuild in this case, a double-digit lead. Gray up to Howard. Howard had it, lost it. There's a whistle, and Quintero will pick up his 5th. And that will be it for Evan Quintero. First player to foul out in this game. Kind of surprised it took this long. The way that this game went. Evan Quintero fouls out with 15 points and 4 rebounds, 6 of 8 from the stripe. A good day for the first year. And Jeremiah Howard, where he's 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Misses the free throw. Salo comes down with the board. Gives it to Lerner, 1:40 to play. Greensboro lead is 8. Lerner thought about a 3, picked up the dribble. Quick touch to Salo, back to him now in the left wing 3. That's good from Hyde, 87-82. This press is just going to get more and more ferocious. Stroman is fouled there by Cremato. That's going to be his 3rd, and Stroman will go shoot free throws on the other end. We're going to see a lot more of that here for the final 123, it looks like. That's the 8th foul committed, 9th foul committed by St. Mary's. 9 per side here in the second half. Roberts checks back in for Howard. That may also be something we see a lot here, in and out of Roberts and Howard over the final 83 ticks. Stroman's free throw good. Nige's got 14. He's 3 of 3 from the line. And a timeout taken there, 88-82 with 1:23 to go. 30-second timeout here. Actually, no, they've changed it to a full now. So Greensboro after today, again, on the road at Averett on Friday, and then a doubleheader on Sunday. Women's basketball against Mid-Atlantic Christian on Sunday at 2 o'clock. Men's basketball against Warren Wilson at 4 o'clock on Sunday. So 3 of the first 4 games for the Pride this year at home. And a couple road matches, an exhibition at Lees McRae. Then on the road right before Thanksgiving at Oglethorpe. They returned back in action December 1st at the First Horizon Coliseum to take on Guilford. A renewal of the crosstown rivalry. It was an incredible finish last year. Zephaniah Jones hit a 3 at the buzzer, but upon looking at it, they waved it off, said that he did not get the shot off on time. Would have won the game. It was a tough loss for the Pride last year, but an exciting game, a fun game, and another men's and women's doubleheader that day at First Horizon Coliseum. Was an incredible atmosphere to be a part of last year. Can't wait to see what it looks like here in 2025. We'll see what the second free throw from Nige Stroman looks like. Made his first. Second coming with 1:23 to play. Free throw rattling in. Greensboro lead is 7. Lerner slings it out to Bangura. Back to Lerner, speeding into the front court. Working around a pick from Salo. Lerner pulls up. Arcing 2 is good, 89-84. There's a foul called on Hyde. Jackson will go back to the line. Hyde will pick up just his 2nd personal foul, but DJ Jackson to the line. If he makes this free throw, that would be a tie for the record of most free throws made in a game without a miss. Jackson eyes the mark. Rattles in. That's 14, so he has tied Isaiah Pruitt's mark from last year. Let's see if he can surpass it now. Free throw number 15. Oh, it's going to do it. He'll tie Pruitt. Unfortunately, or would have tied Pruitt, but he missed it. The 15th attempt. There's an arcing three. No good. Offensive board by Bangura and a jump ball. Possession arrow should go to Greensboro, I think. No, I think actually, yeah, okay. So that tells me that they didn't get that timeout earlier. Stroman to Jackson, trying to break the press. 55 seconds to go. Roberts with it. Roberts slings it to Gray. Now back to Jackson. 21 seconds left on the shot clock. So yeah, Isaiah Pruitt's record safe for now, as Jackson missed one to go 14 of 15 today, at least for now. So Pruitt hangs on to that spot in the record books. Oh, speaking of hanging on, how about DJ Jackson hanging a nice one there on the right baseline, 92-84. Hyde with it, gives it to Bangura. Bangura trying to drive baseline, now pulls up, fadeaway jumper, that's pure. Beautiful shot there, Bangura, 92-86. And Jackson is fouled. Immediately, Lerner's going to pick up his second. DJ back to the line. So Jackson, 28 points today, 14 of 15 from the line. .25 seconds left, and Jackson will make the first free throw, giving him now 29 points. Greensboro's lead is 7. Not a ton of time left for St. Mary's, especially if Jackson can bury this one. He does. 30 points for DJ, 25 seconds left for St. Mary's. Lerner sends this one out, 3-ball from Cremato is good, 94-89. Jackson gets around a defender, throws that one down to Stroman. GC party! Nige Stroman with an exclamation mark, 96-89. Another 3-ball Cremato, no good. Rebound taken by Gray, and that's going to do it. Cremato bothering Gray in the corner, working up the boundary. They won't foul, and Greensboro with a 96-89 victory, and the Pride go to 1-1 on the year. A high-scoring, high-flying affair. It was wild, but it was a lot of fun. We'll break it down when we come back. Pride win at 96-89 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Pride Postgame Show. Greensboro gets it done today, 96-89 your final score. I'm joined now by DJ Jackson. What a night, DJ. 30 points, 16 of 17 from the free throw line. If you hadn't missed that one, you would have set the record for most free throws made without a miss. But, hey, an incredible night for you this year, DJ. And just walk me through what was working for you tonight.
Coach told us to attack the basket from the get-go, so I did what I did, and 30 points what happened. So, and the free throws as well. So,
was it something where when St. Mary's started fouling a lot early, did that become part of the game plan for you guys of, hey, make them commit fouls, get you guys to the line?
Oh, yeah. As soon as we start, the ref blowing the whistle, like, yeah, keep attacking. And, shoot, I wasn't the only one shooting free throws, but happy the whistle's blowing my way a lot. So, yeah.
DJ, you told me before the season started, one of the things you love about Coach McDuffie's offense is it's not just reliant on one person. It's anybody can have a big day. Today it was your day. Talk a little bit about how comfortable you guys are in this offense right now.
We just trust him. He told us to trust him, and the offense is going to flow. So we did that today and got a dub. So it was good. Yeah.
Big win for you guys today. You go to 1-1 on the year, and I tell you what, through 2 games, you guys are a lot of fun to watch, DJ. Go enjoy this win with your teammates.
Yes, thank you.
Final score again, 96-89. DJ Jackson with 30 points thanks to his 7 for 15 shooting day, 16 of 17 from the line. We'll break down some of the other numbers here. Greensboro out rebounding today, 96-89. 39 to 33. Let's see, that's what happens when I multitask. I start reading the wrong line here. Assists go to the Pride, 22 to 16. Turnover, St. Mary commits one more, 15 to 14. Bench points goes to St. Mary's as well, 38 to 27. Fast break points to the Pride, 33 to 21. Steals go to Greensboro, 12 to 10. Points off turnovers also to Greensboro, 19 to 18. Points in the paint to the Pride as well, 44 to 42. Individually for St. Mary's today, 3 players with 15 points. Quintero, Hyde, and Bangura with 15. 14 for Cremato, 10 for Coverman. Rebounding leader today was Hyde and Bangura with 5 each. Assisting leader was Lerner with 6. As a team, they shot 51% from the floor, 30% from 3, and 66% from the line. For Greensboro, DJ Jackson, 30 points, 17 for Nige Stroman, 15 for Griffin Powell, 10 for Jeremiah Howard, 8 each for Gray and Roberts, 4 each for Thorns and Zephaniah Jones. Leading rebounder was Will Gray and Ryan Roberts with 7 each. Leading assister DJ Jackson had 9, 7 for Gray. Gray also had 5 steals. Greensboro shoots 44% from the floor, 41% from 3, and 78% from the line. I'm joined again by Jayshawn Ayala. And Jayshawn, just today, incredibly fun game today, and that's 2 for 2 for Greensboro. So I think it's safe to say if you want entertainment, Haynes Gym is where you need to go this winter.
Yeah, no, it's been electric in here. Both games packed out student sections from the Pride. And I think with the energy that this team brings, with the way they can score, the backcourt. I mean, you can talk about the backcourt all day. Last game we got a triple-double from Will Gray. This game we get 30 from DJ Jackson, and I think that's going to be something exciting to look forward to.
You know, I don't want to discount the 17 points from Nige Stroman today, another big day for him, but one of the big storylines on Saturday was the fact that they got big performances from the new guys, and today it was the returners. 30 points from DJ, Griffin with 15, and 10 from Jeremiah Howard. How about Griffin Powell? We've been talking about it. We said, hey, we need this guy to look more like 2 years ago Griffin Powell and not like last year's Griffin Powell. We saw that today, 4 of 8 from 3.
Yeah, no, Griffin Powell was great. You know, we want to see the glimpses from the last couple of years, as you said, and today he definitely showed that. 4 of 8 from 3, some from very far.
Yes.
So, you know, he's definitely showing that limitless range, and I think that's something that is key for the Pride. If they can space out the floor, kick it to Powell, kick it to Roberts, who was another forward that showed the ability to shoot the 3 today, I think that opens up the down below looks to Jeremiah Howard, the driving from DJ Jackson. I think this team is pretty complete.
Another big thing I think that looked or gave me encouragement for this season, if you will, they kind of weathered the storm in the second half. For a lot of that half, it was dominated by St. Mary's. In fact, they outscored Greensboro 52-46 in the second half, but Greensboro was able to withstand those runs. It got tied at one point. The Pride able to pull back away again. And I think that bend but don't break mentality, especially for a team still trying to gel together, that's huge. When that comes together, that sets you up for success.
For sure. I mean, we kind of saw an opposite from the team today. You know, last game They came out first half a little bit flat, but second half picked it up, forced overtime. Today came out firing on all cylinders. Dunks first 10 points. It looked great, but second half started out a little bit slow. But as you said, bend but don't break. They definitely did not break.
I think even with a decent day from 3, 7 of 17, outside of Griffin Powell, I think we're seeing early that's not necessarily the calling card of this team. And they're finding other ways to get to the basket. I think every single player that touched the ball today showed the ability to get inside and to make a little magic at the basket. We saw some really nice moves from DJ, a couple really nice ones from Nige and from Jeremiah as well. And so I think for me, the thing is, while you have to defend all 5 players on the floor, you can't expect somebody to be sitting back there, a three-point specialist, if you will.
Exactly. And like you said, this team is deep. Everyone out there can get a bucket. As you said, Stroman, Thorns, good mid-range games there, good paint games. There's a lot of facets to this team that I think will make them hard to defend and hard to game plan against.
So they're going to head on the road to take on Averett on Friday, and Averett fell to St. Mary's on last Friday. So, we've watched 2 of these games now, Jay Sean. Where do you see this team thinking about the fact that, remember, they did not have an exhibition schedule, so these are the first 2 games they have played this year. Do you like where they're at right now, or are there other things that you want to say, hey, they've got to get this cleaned up by Friday?
I honestly love it. And in the first 2 games, we saw the best points of scoring from everyone. Today we saw Powell. Today we saw Roberts. Today we saw DJ Jackson drop 30. So I think that going forward through out of conference into conference play, that as long as they keep spreading out the floor, spreading out the ball, everyone have their day, this team could be hard.
It's a lot of fun to watch these guys so far this year. And, talking about the fact that they averaged, 64 points a game last year, and they've blown that out of the water their first 2 games this year. So this is not last year's Greensboro College team by any stretch. And, obviously, when you get into conference play, what is the fatigue like? Where are you as far as your sea legs go when you get into the meat of the schedule? But right now you're certainly seeing what these guys are able to do. The big question is, can they keep it up? And, again, we're, 2 games into a long schedule. You can't take too much out of the first 2 games. We've seen some good. We've seen some bad. But we've seen a lot of fun. Jay Sean, your final thoughts here today.
I think today was great. It showed how great DJ Jackson could be, how great that backcourt can be, even on an off day from Will Gray. So, that's very important. We saw Powell shoot today. I think today was very important for the team, very important for the morale. And the energy around Greensboro has been great around basketball.
I'm going to stop short of saying sharing is caring, but I think the big thing here is the fact that everybody contributes, everybody has a part to play, and everybody has an opportunity for a double-double on any given night. A couple guys just missed some today. But I think one of the big things, like you said, is just the fact that this is a team that has the potential to do a lot this season and to turn a lot of heads and impress a lot of people. Obviously not picked very high in the conference. That tends to happen when you have a lot of newcomers, and it's no disrespect to the new guys. It's the fact that the people who vote don't know what to expect, and so you kind of fly under the radar a little bit. A couple more games like this, Greensboro won't be flying under anybody's radar. But a long season to go, and again, a reminder what's coming up tomorrow. It's volleyball, the first round of the USA South Tournament. Number 1 seed Greensboro taking on number 8 seed Brevard. I'll have the call for you. Pregame beginning at 4:45, match beginning at 5 o'clock. It'll be a lot of fun, and I'll go ahead and throw this caveat in here. Do not listen to me. Come tomorrow and listen to this raucous environment yourself. If you can't make it tomorrow, yes, then listen to me. But we want you here supporting your Greensboro College volleyball team in person. Again, match beginning at 5 o'clock tomorrow, so we will talk to you then. A big thank you again to all of our game day staff, my producer and analyst, Jay Sean Ayala. Your final score one last time, Greensboro College gets in the win column with a 96-89 victory over St. Mary's College of Maryland. I'm Kendrick Fruits, wishing you a green and white good night. This has been a presentation of Greensboro College men's basketball on the Greensboro College Sports Network.